Welcome back to the channel, you big bass lovers. Today we're going to talk about the Arise. This is the Arise Ultra. And I haven't opened it yet. I took it out of the box and stuff it was in. And first thing I did when I unlocked the bubble wrap is I realized it came with some new knob covers. I don't know if these kind of go on the knobs it comes with or what goes with it, but we'll find out in a minute. All right, so let's take a look at the box first. Arise Ultra. Wanted Ultra PG AMC. So that's the, mine says the 50 Ultra Air XG AMC Plus. Okay, so I do like the Arise lures. I have the Arise reels. I have 4 of them. I have the Arise Air. I have the Arise Ultra. This is the Ultra Plus, or the, is that right? And I also have the regular Arise in different gear ratios. If I can get this open, dang. They always have a pretty nice box. This box was hard to get open, but okay. Then there it is, made in China. You guys know this is the same as the Arc Gravity. All right, so we have, it has the same knobs as the Ultra has, as the other one does, I mean. And there's a little paperwork down in there. We don't need that. We want to see this puppy right here. All right, so let's see. So we got nice neoprene bag, purple accents, Ultra Air. They're also advertising this as the long distance BFS. That's a really loud drag clicker. Wow. The suspension. Spool tension does not click still. All right. Nice smooth clicking for your brake control. Thumb bar feels really good still. Pretty nice free fall. So these are the flat version of the knobs. I'm guessing these go on top of here. But we'll look at this in a minute. We'll put these on in a minute. Let's set them to the side. First things first, let's find out what we're working with here. Let's move that a little bit up. Okay, so we're zeroed out. All right, so this weighs in at 4.9 ounces. I think it says 5 ounces online, but I'm not sure. But my reel here weighs 4.9. Well, that time it weighs 5. Okay. Try one last time. 5. Okay, let me pick it up. Let it zero. Set it back down. 5 ounces. Okay, so what it said online is basically what it is. All right, then we're going to see how much a spool weighs. Let's take this spool out and take a peek at it. It's still using the same brake. I'm pretty sure it is. Yep. Same brake system. Should be able to adjust the spool here. Yep, so you push this down and you line it up to how you want it to be set. On 1, 2, or 3. Let me see if you can see that better. Glare off the lights is kind of hitting hard. So there's 1, 2, and 3. So you just push this down and you turn it. So now you're on 2. And now you're on 3. And that just makes this rotor come out more into these brakes. So for bass fishing, especially fishing a little bit heavier lures, I put it on the 2 or 3. Wow, this thing's coated with grease. Look at that. Good grief. That's that's a fine making of a porn video. Anyway, I'll leave that alone. But when I'm fishing BFS style, when I'm fishing like little bitty, like the little jelly bean lures, like the 1/16 1 gram lures and stuff, I leave it on 1 because if you push it too much, you're gonna over break it. And it's not gonna have the distance, and it's gonna go to the left. You're not gonna have the control you need. All right, so here we go. Let's turn this on. Come on now. Don't you tell my battery's low. There we go. Let's see how many grams this spool here weighs. Whoops, let's just set it on the rotor. 5.79, which is not bad. I've seen lighter, but for as deep as this spool is, I mean, let's see, let's try it again. 5.79, all right. So let's turn that off. Now, I like the purple color. That's pretty neat. I shouldn't be saying words like neat. Makes me sound like I'm some kind of old goober. Where are we at? So we're on 3. The other one, you can see the little notch in there better. This one, you got to push down to really see where you're at. All right, so it's on 3 right now. I have my other Elite Air on, well, I got a rod sitting here. Let me set this, how this feels on here. All right, this is the Dobbin Sierra. So it has about the same thing as the Arc. Let's try this real quick. I want to see how it feels with this. Tighten that brake down a teeny bit. Okay, so let's see how these feel going on there. Okay. So you can go from the hard plastic to the soft rubber. All right, let's see how this goes on. So I'm guessing you have to hold it kind of like that. Need some of that lube off that bearing on here. But it fits on there pretty tight, seems like. It's a pretty snug fit. Does it say anything on the back here how to put this thing on? Nope, it just shows it sliding on. I didn't even look at that before I even did this, but it just shows it going on. So I guess you gotta work that puppy up on there. Try to get more sideways grip on it. Try to see if a little bit of saliva would help it a little bit. Man, that's tight. Let's see here. That's what she said. Let's see. Let's see. Come on now. Let's see. How can I even get it up on here? Dang. This thing does not want to move. It doesn't want to come off either. So I guess you gotta keep on trying to work it on. Keep on working on. It's starting to move again. Okay, so it got past that one point. So now it's starting to get up here on this. Okay, there we go. All right, so I'm just gonna put this one on. So, okay, there we go. All right, so now I can see what it feels like a little bit. I actually don't like that. It has like a squishy feel now to it. You can kind of feel where it's like holes inside it, where it's not sitting perfectly against it, and kind of, it squishes in. Now I kind of wish I didn't put it on there. So let's see, so versus this, versus this. I'd rather have it be a solid reel piece, really solid reel handle, but dang. Okay, so we're finally starting to get a teeniest bit of side to side. I have it on 3 right now. So let me turn it all the way, make sure it's all the way down. Okay. I mean, that's not doing bad. Let's see what there is on 2. All right, so here we go. There's 2. It's back on there, lock it back in. Right there's a free spool on 2. Now let's take it to 1. Let's see how much difference it makes. All right, make sure that's all the way on the right. It makes quite a bit of difference between each one. But really what I need to do is take this out, clean this bearing off, get all that excess grease off of there. And it looks like it has an O-ring in there as well. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it has an O-ring sitting right there. A white, let's make sure, let's see if it's a white O-ring. It's a white O-ring, okay. That feels kind of like a micro bearing. Well, yeah, I'm pretty sure that's micro bearings. So it's got to clean all this grease off of here. And it should actually give you a little better performance so you're not trying to drag all that grease around. I quit throwing it around everywhere. Let's see how hard it is to take this handle cover back off. Yeah, it doesn't want to come off. Especially now I got grease from that spool on my fingers. I don't want to take a chance of tearing nothing up. Okay, there it comes. It's coming back off now. All right, got it off. Yay! I'll just leave it like this. Well, I use my other one for is I do a lot of hover strolling with it. That's what I use it on the boat for hover strolling. I use a different rod for hover strolling from the bank. But I have a 704, the Sierra 7'4". It's 741C or something like that is what that one is. And I use it for my hover strolling on the boat. I like to be able to make a really long cast, but I think I want to spool this one up. I'm gonna put some 0.6 on here with a 8-pound or 6-pound leader, and we're gonna see how good this one, because this is supposed to be the long cast version. So we're gonna see just how good it does. But I mean, it feels and looks really good. Dang, how tight you gotta make this drag for the, okay, there it goes. I like the knurling on the thumb bar, on the spool tension. Thumb bar is a print magnet though, especially if you got some oil on your fingers. But it doesn't have any smushy or any play to it. Really good free spool. I have the slightest itty bit of side to side, not much at all. Let's see how good the brake works. This is on level 1. We're gonna put it on half. There's the halfway mark. Still get a lot of free spool. Let's put it up all the way on max. There you go, it dramatically cuts it down. So brakes work really good. That's what I like about these reels. I mean, I would put these up there. You know, they have like budget versions of reels, but I mean, that's kind of what I do on this. I have like this reel actually was a little bit cheaper, was about the same price as a Silver Feather. I'm gonna link it down below for you so you can take a look at it. I haven't tried this reel yet, but I would put the silver feather in the Elite Arise. Some people say the silver feather is way better because it's easier. It's easier. You don't have to worry about changing the spool and stuff in there. Let me grab this one here. This is the new silver feather. Bear me just a second. Let me bring it over here. I guess I have one over there I could grab off the table. That's the original. Let me show you the new silver feather real fast. So you don't have to change no spool. It doesn't have a rotor. Like this is like Shimano and Daiwa had a baby. The FTB versus meets the Magtrax. I mean, not Magtrax, but Magforce. This is kind of like an FTB. So this gives you way more braking possibilities. Where this is kind of, it is dynamic, and this is dynamic, but this is more fixed. I mean, you get whatever your setting on the side says you're at. And don't get me wrong, this is a really good casting reel. There's one of my little jig heads I was telling you about that I like to use. And the other video I did. The other Arise, I really like, basically I can dial it in if I'm using a little bit bigger hover rig, or if I'm using a little bit smaller hover strolling style bait. I can do either or. It just gives me more options, more possibilities. Another reel, I put this on here, I just wanted to see what it was like. Just showing you a little more different like style brakes. This is, come on now. This is more like the FTB, but it's also kind of like this because you can change it by turning the knob. Whoops, starting to tip here. You can turn this little knob. Stop, focus now, focus. You can turn this little knob in this High Star, but I think this reel could be so much better. I mean, it is a really good reel. Don't get me wrong, I like it, but it could be so much better. They have some issues in my mind with line lay. It doesn't want to lay even on the spool all the time. I mean, I did get it to do pretty good, but it is back to 0. Okay. Nowhere near as good a free spool as this. This is 0 and this is 0, about the same amount of side to side. Yep. This is like this on Max. And this has a lighter spool, but you can definitely tell which one has the better bearings. And when this reel first came out, it cost just as much as this reel. But now you can get these reels for like 30, 40 bucks. The Aurora. And also the Dragon version of it. You can kind of see, look at the line lay on it. And this I've tried, I mean, I've tightened it up, tightened it really tight, tightened the spool down really tight. I'm trying to get this to lay in there right. I mean, I've tried. It's hard. But they're both adequate casters. Don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to say these are bad reels. Just there's better reels for the same or a little bit more money. Like the Auroras. Not the Aurora, but the... yeah, the Auroras. This is the Aurora. God dog it. Acuras. That's something. The Acuras, I think, are better reels than these. I mean, I know they're a dark with ultra variant of the kind of the new style with the mag tracks in it, but I think they're better reels than these. But I don't think it's as good a reel as this is. But now it doesn't, the Aurora, the Acura is not as good as the Casking Valiant Eagle 2. It's not as good as the Silver Feather. It's not as good as these. Anyway, that's just kind of going over this Arise. If you have any questions, ask them down below. I'll link this down below so you can take a look at it. Let me get this back out of the way. I'm going to upload this here in a minute so you can take a look at it. I know people have been interested in it and I hadn't had a chance to do it yet. But like I said, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out. I'm always happy to answer questions. You guys stay safe. It's supposed to start getting heated back up again next week. On how North Carolina it is, on how it is in your part of the country. But here it's supposed to get back in the 90s again next week. It's been in the 80s this week. It's been feeling pretty good. I hadn't had a chance to do much fishing. I've been doing all kinds of other crap. Getting the kids ready for back to school and having to go back and forth to see doctors about my hip and my back and my everything else. All right, guys. Till next time, y'all stay safe and tight lines. I'll catch you on the next one.